Welcome back to another video, and today we are um, it's Sunday 28th of January 2024. Yesterday we had a great game versus Muro. Carl scored 3 goals for the Hattie, and I mean, we didn't play very well the last 15 minutes of the first period. They scored 2 goals that were pretty cheap. Like we just, here you go, you can score. But then, and we missed a penalty shot as well. Painiemi being a little bit too predictable here. Like it's no doubt that that's a slash to the glove, and that is a penalty. But fact is that there was a situation in the third period where Thomas Berg Paulsen was getting through and he got hooked and there was no call. So and that was even more of a penalty than that situation was. So yeah, very inconsistent ruling there. It should have been it should have been another penalty shot if anything. But yeah, we took 3 points. H371 lost all points. Muro lost all points. Rögle lost to Skellefteå. So everyone else in the bottom, let's say bottom 5, lost, and we were the only ones who took 3 points. So very, very important win here. And yeah, I mean, Muta wasn't bad. It's that's a great save by Ryan. Ryan was really, really bad in the first period, and then he was really, really good in the last 40 minutes. He really did everything and more in the defensive play there. This is really clumsy play. I don't know how that goes through, but like why the stick needs to be closer to the puck there as he shoots. But second period was great from us. We were dominating, absolutely dominating. Alvarez didn't even practice. He went straight to the game and had a pretty decent performance, I will say. We eke a 1-2 goal here in the power play. It's actually a failed pass through the central line that he just gets on his tape and swish it in. And the second one, that is actually a beautiful deflection goal. Look at Matthias Lassen shoots. It's a little tip downwards, which bounces the puck off the ice, and that unsettles Lehtinen in the Mudo goalie. Mudo goal. Lehtinen was actually really good. Like we could have easily scored 4 more goals that period. Both goalies were good this game. It was just deflections and a little lucky bounce here and there. You'll see the deciding goal in a little bit here. This is actually insane. The the stick lift from Thomas Berg Paulsen there is just it was the difference between a goal and a non-goal. Here, look at this pass. Look at this pass. The pass goes straight through. I want to show you this again. Let's watch this in slower speed. Let's see. Let's do 75. So Salinen just holds it up. The puck bounces off the boards, and I don't know what they're doing there, but look, he lays down, got the stick in the ice, he lays down, and somehow Pauniemi just finds the little space, and this is very, very fast too. He finds the little space between the leg and the arm, and Lehtinen just he goes for the first post, which is reasonable, but then he's not big. He's not a big goalie. He's a short goalie. He lives on his glove hand basically. Like if you get him to move, he's not big enough to stretch out. So let's see if that was Werner. Werner is a much bigger goalie. He could stretch out that extra little bit and possibly have saved that. That is a great pass from Palsson. Great pass from Pajuniemi back to Palsson, and then to have the ice there and be cool and just drag it to the backhand, put it in. They had a shot off the crossbar here at the end. We're gonna go back to normal speed. Here at the end, at a crossbar, but it's a big 3 points. Adam Vano has 2 straight wins now. Good to see. All right, so I already posted this to Twitter, but we're gonna do rankings. Forwards, defensemen. So we'll do forwards over here. Defensemen, forwards. We can do goalies as well, but we'll start with defensemen. So, defensemen are as follows. Adam Olas Mattsson. No doubt, he is yet again this season I forgot the Kivihalme. God damn. I forgot Kivihalme in the ranking. Okay. Well, that I posted on Twitter. Okay. Well, he only played 17 games, but still, he still deserves the ranking. He was really good when he did play. Artemius Mattsson is still one of our best defensemen over time. Kivihalme, considering he was an unknown entity, he was really good. He was really good. He was like, he beats his man, creates goals, creates chances, creates chaos in front of net from his defensive position. So we got Teemu Kivihalme. I'm gonna double check what I posted on Twitter. So Dominik Badinka. So this is based on experience, expectation, and performance. So I'm gonna in video format. I'm going to give you why I think this way. Dominik Badinka is number 3, and then we have the rest of them. Oh, okay. So Matthias Lassen, Joakim Ryan, Jakub Galvas, Johan Ivarsson, Nuti Vitasalo. So Noah Sjölin is a junior player. He's got a hybrid contract, hybrid junior and men's team contract. He hasn't played anything as far as I can tell, so okay. Let's go back. So Artemius Mattsson, yet again, he's one of our best defensemen. Dominik Badinka comes from nowhere. He's 17 years old, 18 years old, and has performed comparatively. So this is why I want to point this out. Comparatively to the other players, he has been phenomenal. The gap between the J20 series and SHL is pretty big, but he's been playing very maturely. Now that we've had a bit of a crisis, he's been playing like 18 minutes, 20 minutes a game, and that is when it exposes his inexperience, but his ability is there. He's got the size, he got the hands, and he just hasn't got the points because the other players haven't scored on his passes. But you know, overall, considering the expectation, considering the experience versus the performance, I would say he's third behind Adamos Mattsson and Timo Kivihalmen. Matthias Lassen has been surprisingly good this season. Joachim Ryan has been very much up and down, which is why he's fifth. Jakob Galvas, I had more expectation on him. He looked really good coming from the AHL. He's coming back to Europe. Europe is where he's from. He just doesn't seem to have the pace in him that the SHL requires. Hopefully he can adapt to it. Johan Evensson, only reason why I put him at 7 is because the other players are just better. Johan Evensson hasn't been bad. It's just that he hasn't been all that great either, like compared to the others. Nuti Vitasalo, he is great offensively and really bad defensively. Spreads the puck around, sometimes doesn't pass the puck quite as well as you would like. So that is why he's number 8. For forwards, forwards is much more difficult to rank, in my opinion, because there's so many and they have so many different aspects to their game. Where is here? Here it is. So this is what I put. Janne Kokkonen has been absolutely outstanding. We had high expectation on him, but he's been even more outstanding than we ever thought. At least in this is all my opinion. Okay, you can feel free to leave a comment, say what you think. If you agree, if you don't agree, that's the whole point of this. So for me, this is the top 8. We're gonna do the bottom 8 as well, but top 8 is Janne Kokkonen, Lauri Pajuniemi, Fredrik Hennemark, the captain. William von Barnekow, you have to remember, okay, now he's playing more defensive. He's more put in more defensive situations, but he was phenomenal when he was put with. He was scoring goals left, right, and center when he was put with the Finns. He when he's put on the wing, he's good at scoring goals. When he's put on as a centerman, he's very, very defensively responsible. He's very good defensively. He sacrifices his body. You know, I absolutely love him because he is so good. He's decent in both ends of the ice, right? Same with Thomas By Paulsen. If you look at the expectation was 0 because he comes from the Norwegian league. Norwegian league is very different. It's lower, I would say lower than Hockeyallsvenskan in terms of level. For most of the teams, there's a bigger gap between the teams in the Norwegian league. So it was hard to have any kind of high expectations on him. We didn't know what we were getting, right? He's been scoring goals. He's been being very good in the physical play, and he is extremely good defensively in the PK. So considering the expectation and the experience, the lack thereof, his performance has been very good. That's why he's 5th. Now, Kim Rosdahl has a lot of experience and came from a pretty bad year last year. He's been performing better. That is why he's 6th. Carl Persson, very, very streaky. That is why he's 7th. Anton Wahlberg is 8th because I don't think that he's been bad this season. I just think that he hasn't quite got the bounces this year, unfortunately. Hopefully he can stay another year. But that is in the hands of Buffalo Sabres that drafted him. The bottom 8 are not actually bottom 8. It's more the sense that nothing really happens offensively. They might not be bad, they're just not as good in both ends of the ice. And so, like for example, take Janne Kokanen. He's very, very, very good as a playmaker. He's very, very good as a sniper. He can score goals. He can assist, right? But also, he's very, very good defensively, right? Now take a player like Johan Olofsson. He's very, very good defensively. He's very good with and without Forsberg. But nothing really happens. The physical play, he's a little bit weak. He's very, very good on the skates, but he's a little bit weak when it comes to having someone in his back. He loses the puck a lot along the boards. The board play just doesn't suit him very much, right? And he doesn't score very many goals. He doesn't use his speed. He uses his speed, but when he breaks away, he oftentimes misses a chance to score. He doesn't, you know, very, 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 very often it goes the wrong way for him, right? That's why he's 10th. Kristoffer Forsberg, he had a one-timer, perfect slot shot, wasted it. A very good example. He's very, very, very good defensively. I'm not bashing on that, but respectively, let's say Anton Wahlberg, who is one step above him. Anton Wahlberg is both younger, less experience, better in both ends of the ice, or as good in both ends of the ice. Drafted by an NHL team, and I think he was early second round, so pretty high up too. All that considered, yes, he is better than higher ranked than Kristoffer Forsberg and Johan Olofsson. Tommi Sallinen, he's played less games. He has a lot of experience. He's not very impressive, honestly. He's just another body. Honestly, that's how I feel about him. He loses the puck at the most inconvenient places on the ice and the most untimely times on the ice. Like, for example, there was one game when we were 6-on-5 pushing for an equalizer, and he loses the puck at the blue line, and the puck turns over. And you could say, okay, well, maybe that's not only his fault, but at that time, yes, it was. He could have passed the puck. Instead, he was hogging it, and he got overrun and lost the puck. Like, he's just not very. He used to be a good player. He's just not very good anymore. That's just the way it is. Albert Sjöberg, unexperienced, low expectation, but he has underperformed. I still expected him to score a couple of goals and be okay, but no. I think he needs another season in Hockeyallsvenskan. I think it was too early to go to Malmö, which some people said. They were surprised. But I think there's a future for him in the SHL. I just think he needs another season or two, maybe even two more seasons in the second tier Hockeyallsvenskan before he's ready to make an impact in the SHL. Right now, he's a depth forward at best. The only reason why he's 12th is because Alan Quine is the big flop of the year amongst the recruitments that we made last summer. He is. Let me pull this up because this is insane. He doesn't produce many points. He scored most of his points at the early parts of the season. He's done 14 points in 28 games. Okay, that looks decent, but it's only half a point a game for a guy that we expected 35, 40 points from. He's negative 16, which means basically, sure, he has his upsides in the offensive play, but he insisted on playing center. And he's just really, really bad at the defensive play. You need to be good at both ends of the ice. And this is just not it. Oops. This is just not it. He's the big flop of the year. At current rate, he's gonna reach 21 points in 42 games. If he even plays anymore this season, because he's out with concussion. We don't even know if he's coming back. But negative 16 is just not good enough. It's just not good enough for an import player, 30 years old, abundance of experience in the North American hockey. Yeah, no, no. You know, maybe we expected too much of him, but he is the biggest flop of the year. That is why he is ranked only above the junior players that have been filling in when we've needed it. And the reason why they're at the bottom is simply because they are junior players. They haven't played enough, and also the expectation should be very low of them. So, you know. But yeah, that is why they're. And Alvarez will be making this. I think Alvarez should be around here somewhere in the middle when we summarize the season. Have I missed anyone? I did miss Teemu Kivihalme when I posted it on Twitter. Played 17 games, been injured since December 4th until February international break. He was phenomenal when he was playing, though, so that is why he deserves that second place. But yeah, that is what I think. This video is getting a little long. I'm gonna rank the goalies now. So you know how we were praising Malmö earlier this season? Yeah. Unfortunately, the way it works with our goalies is that neither of them are starters, in my opinion. Värnamo is a great backup. Malmö could be a great backup. We don't even know that, because when he was back up to Alsenfelt wasn't very good. So Malmö has when he's at his best, he is one of the best goalies in the league, like top 5 easily. When he's at his worst, he's one of the worst goaltenders in the league as well, which is the problem. The evenness is not there. If he could have a consistently higher level, then he would be no doubt our starter, right? Värnamo, on the other hand, has a higher even level, but his ceiling is significantly lower. You know what you get from him. He's going to have cheap goals against, but he's not gonna make the same mistakes that Malmö has made, for example. Take the puck that bounced, went across half of the ice and bounced into the net away to Skellefteå, for example. Malmö. That is never going to happen with Werner. Werner is lower ceiling but better level when he's on it, and that is what he is right now. Even when we lost 3-0, 2-0, whatever it was, these past 6 games before Färjestad, he was okay at the very least. In those games that he played, Malmö was not so great. So for me, it's as we started. Goalies, I think there's no doubt in my mind that for the rest of this season, it's Värnamo is number 1, Malmö is number 2. That's just the way it is. And one of these guys need to go, and we need to find a starter, like a true starter that can take 30-35 games a season. Okay? That's where I think we are right now. We could do this even further. Let's see. So after the international break, I know we're 2 games away from that, but after the international break, right? Supposedly we will have all all players available. So how would you line up? Now, for me, it's clear that we should have Korkanen back with Payu, Niemi. Handemark is our clear second. The 1-2 punch here is really good. I really like that. Carl Persson should be playing with Handemark. What we could do is continue with this line. This line works really, really well right now. Or we could do this and put Carl Persson with Handemark and Wahlberg. Or we could put Wahlberg up here. This is what I would want. We've never seen Wahlberg with the Finns. I would want Wahlberg to play with the Finns, Carl Persson, Handemark, and who is that Rosdahl? Rosdahl, I think. And then who do we have? I have to think. William Barnabkov. So William Barnabkov, Forsberg. This is our center line. Pretty decent, I would say. Alvarez deserves to be playing in the third line to start. Who is... I would prefer... So, injured Alan Quine. Released Van Bloom. Injured none. Released Marcus Lauridsen. These last three places is going to be difficult because Tommy Sallinen is probably going to play. Let's say he plays in Sallinen plays with Forsberg and Olofsson. Who takes the last spot there? I guess Thomas by Paulson, or we could see this, and then Sjöberg. Quine is injured. Hjalte Kruse Thomsen, Freddy Larsson, and Philip Sita will play with the junior team. I think this is how we would line up. And it's not bad at all. We know TBP works well with Forsberg and Olofsson. The only real question mark is this third line. But yeah, that's probably how I would line up. For the depth, defenseman Badinka should be played sparsely. He should be played managed, so to speak. But most of the time, Ryan is playing left. Olas Mattsson is playing right there, and then we have Kivihalme. Kivihalme was playing with, I believe he was playing with Ivarsson. And then we had Jakub Galvas with... Who am I missing? Lassen, yes. Or you could play Lassen and Kivihalme, Ivarsson and Galvas. And then you have Badinka you can put in instead of Lassen, you can put him in instead of Ivarsson, you can put him instead of anyone. You can just fill a role because we don't have any right-handed. And then outside the team would be Vitasalo. As it stands, he would be outside the team, in my opinion. And then Bano as the clear starter, Malmelind as the clear backup. And this is how I hope we will play for the rest of the season, the last 12 games of the regular season, and then into a playoff spot, hopefully. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And what do you think is going to happen? Are we good enough for a play-in spot, or do you think we'll just fight for our lives to the last second of the last game to stay out of the qualification spots, or what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.